I'd like to welcome everyone to the City High Middle School graduation for the class of 2020. Would the audience please join us for the presentation of colors by the JROTC Color Guard and singing of the national anthem performed by City High Middle School senior Samantha Mahiv.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are honored that the Board of Education members and cabinet members are participating in this graduation celebration. I would like to introduce the following board members. Ms. Christian Grant, Board President. Ms. Jen Schottke, Board Vice President. Ms. Catherine Downs Lewis, Board Secretary. Ms. Kimberly Williams, Board Treasurer. Dr. Tony Baker, Board Member. Ms. Kimberly Davis, Board Member. Dr. Jose Flores, Board Member. Reverend John Matias, Board Member, and Mr. Raynard Ross, Board Member. In addition, I would like to acknowledge the Grand Rapids Public Schools cabinet members and elected officials who are with us tonight. Thank you. I would like to welcome to the podium Dr. Ronald Gorman, Interim Superintendent of the Grand Rapids Public Schools.
Before I begin, I would like to thank the individuals who played a role in putting together this event. GRPS teachers, principals, and support staff, you have truly gone above and beyond. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. Seniors, approximately 1 year ago today, as we watched the class of 2019 walk across the stage, we could have never imagined that we would be honoring the class of 2020 in a way that was so distinctly different from anything we have ever done in the history of our school district. Instead of planning for and attending a prom, a senior field day, a recognition night, a senior breakfast, a graduation rehearsal, and a traditional graduation ceremony, you received notification on March 12, 2020, that you would not be returning to school until after spring break. And then a few weeks after that, you learned that you would not be returning to your traditional brick and mortar high school. You finished your senior year without closure. You didn't get a chance to say goodbye to your teacher, your principals, or your friends. And come to think of it, you didn't even get the chance on your last official day of school to clean out your locker. And although your class practically grew up using the internet, probably a little too much at times, in your wildest dreams, I'm sure you never thought that your final assignments would be completed online. Today, we all wanted to be in a large auditorium recognizing you for 13 years of hard work. We wanted to shake your hands as you walked across the stage, and we wanted to take pictures with you and your family members. All of that has been taken from you for now. Unfortunately, instead of picking up your cap and gown in the traditional format, your principal and your teachers gave you a time and a location, social distance, wore masks and gloves, and placed your diploma cover and cap and gown into your vehicle. Instead of walking across the stage, you were asked to submit to your principal a picture electronically so we could recognize you today. This is not fair. One day when things get better, and they will get better, we will give you the closure that you so rightfully deserve. Since we do not have a crystal ball, we do not know when that day will be. But your principal and your teachers are committed to giving you a proper in-person send-off as soon as they possibly can. You have my word. Family members and friends, I know you are huddled around the computer this evening, and I know you are celebrating not only your student, but the entire class of 2020. This is a class that will be remembered for its strength, its resilience, and its ability to overcome challenges. It is a class that will never be forgotten. Congratulations, class of 2020. It has been an honor to serve you.
I would now like to welcome to the podium Mr. Rodney Lewis, Executive Director of High Schools and Alternative Education for the Grand Rapids Public Schools.
Good evening. Welcome to today's ceremony as we honor the class of 2020. I want to acknowledge our students, families, and friends for their unwavering support of the Grand Rapids Public Schools. In addition, I want to thank the Board of Education for their collective guidance and support. Dr. Gorman, Interim Superintendent of Schools, thank you for your leadership throughout the school year and specifically during the challenging period that we faced over the last several months. Lastly, I want to thank the teachers, support staff, and administrators for working tirelessly to support teaching and learning in the classroom, as well as building quality relationships. Class of 2020, you have made it to the end of your 48-month journey. Congratulations. Many of you have experienced multiple obstacles along the journey. But the obstacles that you encountered during the conclusion of your senior year has been different than any other graduating class before you. Each of you adapted and displayed your ability to change in an instant. You have shown the signs of highly effective leadership. These abilities to change and adapt to the circumstances will prove valuable as you move through your next phase of your life. As the Executive Director of High School and Alternative Education, I honor you for your dedication and hard work throughout your journey. Whatever your dreams, ambitions, goals, approach them with 150% effort. Going above and beyond the call of duty, you will realize greatness. Again, thank you and congratulations, class of 2020.
Good evening to the class of 2020 and the city community. It is an honor to celebrate this momentous occasion with you all. I would like to begin by thanking the city teachers, counselors, support staff, and administration for all the hard work that has gone in over the many years with you all. I would also like to thank our city families and community for their shared efforts in this most important accomplishment. Thank you very much. I could use this time to speak about the situation we're all in and that you're going through and very much impacted by. But that's not the most important thing to note tonight. Most important is who this class of 2020 is, who you are as people, and how ready you are. We are all nothing less than blown away by what you have done and achieved during your time at City. Honestly, we couldn't be more proud. This year alone, we have hit #1 in the state, based in large part on your SAT scores. We were awarded the coveted National Blue Ribbon Award. We became a case study school for Harvard University, who came to learn about all of our student-led initiatives. This year, we have more top-tier and Ivy League college acceptances, more 4.0 valedictorians than ever, and that's 18 plus 2 salutatorians to be exact, and even a Gates Scholar among your ranks. I could speak for days about the achievements, and I wouldn't mind that one bit, to be honest. But again, that's not the most important point that I need to make. The real story here is one of your character. The work you've done to make our school a more inclusive place, a more engaged community, and a place with even more spirit. That's what inspires us all so much about you. Scores go up and ranks change, but the culture that you have helped to create, that will endure, and that is a gift to us all. The bonds I have formed with you all doing this work together, I'm confident they are lasting ones. There are so many people in this group that inspire me and impress me to my core. I feel very confident seeing you move on because I know that the best is yet to come for you all and the work that you're going to do. I could focus on the frustrations that I feel with the ways this pandemic has impacted you all, because they are very real. But I'm choosing to focus my attention on a different perspective, and that is this. Through our years together, I've seen you all face adversity and rise up. I've seen people struggling and watched you lift them up. I've seen you all faced with the most difficult high school academics that exist and watched you get it done. I've watched you tackle this work, hit these marks, and ultimately watched you strive to be your best selves. And you've done it with grace, positivity, and resilience. In closing, we're all having to focus in on the challenges we're going through, but again, that's not the most crucial point. Class of 2020, the point is, you are ready for anything. Congratulations. I now have the pleasure to recognize and introduce our valedictorians and salutatorians for the class of 2020. We are thrilled to have a record total of 18 valedictorians and 2 salutatorians. We will now recognize our valedictorians and salutatorians in the following slides. Raja Al-Hamad, Mariah Barrera, Miriam Bartleson, Vincent Bellinger, Jonah Birkins, Relian DeGraff, Aura Fuentes Flores, Rose Gerson, Olivia Grover, Adam Kuze, Nina Liu, Ethan Magley, Samantha Mehive, Daniel Nethercott, Catherine Phillips, Ryan Tuan Turong, Abdullah Umar. Salutatorians, Cece Coleman, Jean Yang. 5 of our valedictorians have collaborated on a shared speech. They will present in the following order: Samantha Mehive, Raja Al-Hamad, Mariah Barrera, Rose Gerson, and Nina Liu. Let's welcome our first speaker, Samantha, to the podium at this time.
Let me tell you a story. A story of a girl who climbed the concrete stairs to City High's front doors, which towered over her and made her freeze. She didn't know it yet, but those doors would be a portal to a place where day by day she'd be shaped to be tenacious with work and gracious with her community. She soon would see that her class was amazing academically, but they also embraced her with empathy. They made her more confident, more capable, more kind. She would find herself surprised when she realized, on an ordinary day, daydreaming, that if this were an action movie, and their classroom was isolated and tasked with saving the world, be it saving the environment, curing the zombie apocalypse, or moving a dangerous asteroid, they could do it. But daydreams are too abstract to grasp, so I'll state some statistics, concrete like the stairs that began this path. City High's class of 2020 has 110 students, 38 varsity athletes, and 18 valedictorians. Our class has more than 9 languages represented, and 7 students will attend top 20 universities. We have 4 students who took 4HLs, 3 people attending Ivy League universities, and 2 salutatorians. And because of all that and so much more, we are the #1 class in the state of Michigan. I hope we are all as proud of our story as I am.
The people of my story need to know that my love for them is too much to show. For 4 years, it's true that City High was my second home, and probably yours too. The story started with a 14-year-old hurting girl wandering the streets of a foreign country on her own. Felt so robbed of her family as a child, but her ginormous second family wouldn't let her feel alone. Her 109 siblings so willing to accept her, laughing at her conspiracy theories in bio, sighing with her in the middle of math, sharing their love when they never had to. As she longed for her mom after a harsh day, her second parents, her teachers were always ready to stay. Her school faculty ready for a laugh. In these difficult times, she's thankful for a father who's ready to cheer her up with food, who'd sacrifice his life to empower her. For a mother that taught her that a woman's greatest weapon is her education, and a brother who won't forget her. For her grandfather Rida and her grandmother Batul, and her grandfather Hani, may he rest in peace, who believed in her until his final breath. And finally, her grandma Raja. And I thank you, City High, and the class of 2020, because as a family, we'll always stay strong.
But no good story is complete without the challenges, so let me tell you some of mine. Imagine a girl losing her Aunt Sheila in 9th grade to cancer, to losing her home in 10th, to mental health issues that made coming to school difficult and graduating from school seem impossible. I'd like to say that my time at City was perfect, but to say that would ignore the extraordinary growth I've gained through life's largest tribulations. But I know that I'm not unique in that regard. For 4 years, we all endured our own unique set of challenges, but nonetheless, we persevered. We picked up even when we thought we couldn't, and moved on even when we thought we wouldn't. And that, my friends, is strength. Even when I felt like I was on my own, I learned more about strength here at City than I ever could have alone. Take a moment and think of the mountains you've climbed, the valleys you had the patience to endure, the storms you learned to wait out, and the victory at the end of it all, because you did it. And as always, we're going to come out of this stronger than ever before. One of my favorite song lyrics is, "Love is knowing that you didn't do it by your lonesome." And with love, I say thank you, City High Class of 2020. We are a group of remarkable resilience.
Our story has been filled with challenges, but let's take a minute to recognize that we are the first class ever to graduate without taking a single IB exam. That's 3 weeks of stress, sleepless nights, and sore wrists that we won't have to endure. We are the Olympic gold medalists of Senior Skip Day. We can tell future generations, you had 4 days off, we had 64. Let's not forget about the polar vortex junior year. We had snow days for 2 weeks straight. We might graduate as the class that has spent the least amount of time in DP. And yet, we still got all of our presentations and projects done. Let's go, class of 2020.
So here lies the conclusion to our story of 110 kids that made it out. If it begins to hurt right here, I'm sorry, but isn't that the beauty of it all? To the 110 scientists, artists, and activists who taught me to allow my lines to be crooked and out of bounds, to be loud, but still to cry about what I got out of 1600 and all that self-doubt. Those memories of the bygone times you can still picture in your mind lies knowledge, the great equalizer, gained in the journey of Raskolnikov or days of EETOK, IOC, IOP, you get the point. You can picture the people we lost, Mr. Dr. Pascoe, Mr. Crawley, and Rowan, the people we loved. The mentors that stuck around, the Hupperts, Weirdas, and Risleys that unraveled our potential and shoved us deep into the forest and headfirst into the world. The legacies we leave, to them we owe. Our film honors, artistic awards, athletic records, and college futures, so let us hurt a little, right here, at the memories of what we shared, at all that bound us together, broke some of us apart, and left us a story for the ages. To the 110 city kids that made it out, thank you.
I would like to welcome to the podium our senior class president, Nina Liu, for the introduction of our keynote speaker.
Thank you. I am honored to introduce our keynote speaker tonight, Ms. Kelsey Perdue. Kelsey Perdue is the Kids Count Project Director at the Michigan League for Public Policy, where she oversees data analysis and advocacy as a part of a national effort to improve children's well-being. Prior to joining the League, Kelsey managed and delivered direct service programming in the education, health, and technology sectors in West Michigan, Washington, D.C., and the Dominican Republic. Kelsey serves as the Vice Chair of the Grand Rapids Community Relations Commission on the leadership team of Equity PAC and as a Social Action Chair of the Grand Rapids Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She also leads digital communication for the Urban Core Collective. Kelsey was named a 40 Under 40 business leader in 2019 by the Grand Rapids Business Journal, recognized by Link Up with the 2017 Community Spirit Award, and her work has been highlighted in several online and print publications. A native of Grand Rapids, Kelsey is a 2008 alumna of City High Middle School and a summa cum laude graduate of Howard University. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Human Development and was a 2018 Fellow in the Michigan Political Leadership Program. Ms. Kelsey Perdue.
Congratulations. It is an honor to share this momentous occasion with you. My name is Kelsey Perdue, a 2008 City High graduate. You have worked so hard and have so much to be proud of. And I think you already know that. City students, we know that we are known for our hard work and our accomplishments in the classroom, on the field, and in the community. As you enter one of the most anticipated and exciting phases of life, I want to share 3 of my go-to phrases of wisdom and encouragement that have helped me over the years. Number 1, try everything. One of the best things you can do is be curious. As you think about your future, learning as much as you can about what you think you like and what you think you don't like, and just trying everything on for size is one of the best things you can do to learn about yourself and pick your major and the industry and career that is right for you. Plus, you'll get really good at what you do. Curiosity helped me uncover my passions, find my right career path, and it literally took me on adventures around the world. So be curious and try everything on for size. Number 2, you will never be less busy. As city kids, it's true, we do the most. Between classes, sports, volunteering, student leadership, it is always go, go, go. I took that same energy with me to college and into the workplace until somewhere along the way I realized I forgot what my hobbies are. What I love to do for me that has nothing to do with my resume or with skill building. Toni Morrison reminds us, you are not the work you do. You are the person you are. Being in relationship with yourself, other people, and community is just as important, if not more important, than the hustle and the accomplishments. You will never be less busy, so you cannot wait to prioritize this. We are more than our productive bodies, and we all deserve to seek joy. Number 3, yes, you can. Remember all the hard moments over the last few years? The stress of classes, passing your IAs, post-secondary training or planning, friendships, relationships, makeups, breakups, all of that stuff. Now remember how you got through it. No, remember that you got through it, no matter how hard it was. Anytime that you question if you are smart enough, disciplined enough, or strong enough, think back. Your story has already proven that you are. You are enough, and you can do it. Class of 2020, you will literally go down in history books, not just because of the pandemic, but for the resilience to overcome and the resilience to do and to be in spite of tough times that you will model and show the world in ways that we cannot ignore and in ways that will inspire us and that we will have to write down. You got this. You have big decisions and amazing moments ahead of you. And as you enter this next phase, enjoy the ride. And remember to stay curious and try everything. Remember that you will never be less busy, so practice prioritizing you. And anytime you feel doubt, remember that you have already proven to yourself that you are enough, and yes, you can. Congratulations again to my fellow City High Pegasi.
At this time, we would like to share a special state address to all of our Michigan seniors by Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. This is an incredible accomplishment during an unprecedented time, and the hard work you've put in has paid off.
This has been a challenging couple of months, and we want to thank each of you who have stayed home and stayed safe during this time. You have all done your part to protect more Michigan families from the spread of COVID-19.
And we know this isn't how you anticipated your graduation to go. This milestone may look different than you expected it to, but you should be immensely proud of what you've achieved.
You've worked hard to get here. You have the power to change the world. You are the most diverse generation our nation has ever seen.
We want to encourage you to use your power for good. Change the tenor of the conversation. Listen to people you might not agree with. Fight injustice, intolerance, and indifference instead of each other.
We believe you. Your generation and the generations that follow will be the engine that drives a course correction for our country and the world.
This will take hard work, but it's worth it. So work hard, look for inspiration in unusual places, and never forget where you came from. We look forward to seeing what the future holds for each of you as we work together to create a better world for those who follow in your footsteps.
Remember to hold close to those you love. Remember to check in on your friends. And remember the creativity that can come from the constraints of staying home. You guys are going to build amazing things, and I can't wait to experience them. Thank you, God bless you, stand tall, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Announcing the names of the graduates this evening are the following senior teachers: Joe Weirda and Aaron Burke.
Raja Alhamd, Edith Aragon, Lily Atten Dornbos, Mariah Barrera, Miriam Bartleson, Vincent Bellinger, Jonah Birkins, Christian Blanchard, Riley Box, Talia Bronk, Cashel Brown, Nam Bowie, Chauncey Berghart, Rodney Kanzler, Angel Cano, Janet Castro Leone, Cece Coleman, Aiden Conrad, LaDacia Copeland, Kevin Cordova, Lillian Corlett, Sophia Krumbach-Terrian, Relian DeGraff, Alexis Diaz, Victoria Deep, Elizabeth Dominguez, Hope Donovan, Daniel DeRocher, Jaden Edwards, Raquel Estrada, Anna Faber, Jacqueline Finn, Ronalyn Fleming, Amari Foxworth, Aura Fuentes Flores, Nathan Garza, Rose Gerson, Pippa Gibson, Benjamin Go, Estrella Govea Garcia, Olivia Grover, Tobin Hanks, Summer Star Hickok, Jalen Hoffman, Alexis Jaffas, Edgar Hymas, Adam Jaros, Linda Jow, Midian Johnson, Jax Juarez, Tomas Kovarik, Adam Kuze, Connor Lamer, J.D. Lancaster,
Dylan Woodavine Lane, Christina Sylvia Lavengood, Randy Kwan Lee, Jasper Hyun Lee, Miranda Isabel Lee, Glenda Melissa Lopez Miranda, Nina Liu, Camden Brown Lucas, Ethan Maxwell Magley, Alberto Maldonado, Nicole Shao Faye Maddox, Dagan Alexander McClure Sycama, Molly McGrath, Elliot Mead, Itzel Jacqueline Mejia Barraza, Samantha Ansley Mahiv, Angela Marie Edwards Mish, Houston Timothy James Moore, Daniel Joseph Nethercott, Isabella Rose Nettie, Augustino Tiang Fu Li Wen, Jack Grayson Norman, Cecilia Brooke Olson, Adolfo Pacheco, Wesley Madison Perberg, Catherine Constance Phillips, Julie Lee Fung, Gabriel Caleb Price, Harrison Frederick Reynolds, Kathleen Nicole Rockwell, Diego Rodriguez Lopez, Kimberly Ann Ruiz, Phoebe Rose Reichbost, Peter Forrest Sage, Alexander Robert Shanta, Justine May Shoemaker, Allison Claire Marie Sheneman, Walter Giza Snyder, Jennifer Sosa Garnica, Tobias Timothy Stack, Lachlan Tennille Stat, Rocio Itzel Tapia, Edgar Giovanni Tercero Aguilar, Ryan Dong Min Trong, Abdullah bin Umar, Elias Van Dyke Titus, Fatima Nicole Vasquez, Kat Gia Vo, Emma Elise Williams, Victor Lee Wilson, Bailey Ray Weinbelt, Jean Peijin Young, Emmanuel Zavala, Hannah Joy Zielbeck, Rachel May Chung, Rebecca Danielle Zodaway.
Tonight, I present to you the class of 2020 as candidates for graduation. As principal of City High Middle School, I certify that all candidates who will be receiving diplomas have met or exceeded all of the requirements as set forth by the Grand Rapids Public Schools Board of Education and the State of Michigan. Reverend John Matthias, would you please come to the podium to confer the diplomas?
On behalf of the Board of Education, faculty, and staff of the Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2020 for City High and Middle School. And with the power vested in the board by the State of Michigan, I hereby confer diplomas on each. Congratulations. Felicidades.
Whether you're watching now or at a different time, members of the class of 2020, please stand up wherever you are, have your cap on your head, and move your tassel from right to left. Graduates, family members, all those watching now, yell proudly, hug tightly, or high five. It is my honor to introduce you to the City High Middle School class of 2020. Congratulations. Thank you all for attending the graduation ceremony for City High's class of 2020. As we conclude tonight's event with a photo collage recessional, please enjoy the following senior tribute song titled One Last Minute, written for the City High class of 2020 by City High senior Samantha Mahiv. Congratulations, class of 2020.
But we all